What's going on, everyone? I'm Zach, your host of the Aux podcast, and today I want to talk about the fork in the road that exists when you have an opportunity to push past your comfort zone. And so by fork in the road, I mean you can either grow and move in the growth direction when you come to an opportunity to push past your comfort zone, or you can shrink. And so I want to start this off with an encounter that I had earlier today, actually, at the gym. And I'm going to take a sip of whiskey because I'm recording this on Saturday night. So there we go. So I was at the gym earlier today and I was wrapping up my workout, and I noticed that this guy next to me was doing some body weight exercises. He was sitting on a box doing some sort of hamstring pull on the cable machine that people usually use for flies, stuff like that. Like, it wasn't a common way to do it. And earlier in the week, I had seen this guy all over the top floor of the gym doing body weight exercises. Like, he was doing handstand shoulder presses. He was doing a lot of core exercises, holding himself up in plank positions with his legs, and doing a lot of uncommon exercises that are good for your core and posterior chain, things that people don't normally pay attention to, and doing a lot of shoulder stuff as well. And he wasn't lifting heavy, but he was one of the bigger guys in the gym, not in terms of size, but in terms of being ripped and shredded, but also, not like, he wasn't skinny shredded, but he had size to him. Like, he was fucking ripped. And most people go into the gym and they want to push as much weight as possible. They want to get as big as possible. And yet he was coming into the gym doing these more functional exercises. I'd never seen him lift heavy, yet he was absolutely fucking ripped. And I was towards the end of my workout, and I thought about going up to him and just asking him, like, hey, what are you training for? Or like, what sort of protocol are you following? And so that is what I want to get to in regards to comfort zone. I had finished my workout. I was in the vicinity where this guy was working out, and I saw that he was kind of winding down as well. And I had this voice in my head that said, go ask him. Like, you're in the gym, go start a fucking conversation with this guy. I tell myself every day that, I'm someone who starts conversations with strangers. I'm not afraid to get shut down. It's an exciting part of life, is getting to go meet new people. And then I had another voice in my head that said, this guy's going to think you're a fucking idiot. No one likes when you go up to them at the gym. Don't go talk to this dude. You're not worth anything. He's not going to appreciate the conversation. He doesn't want to talk to you. Just like the negative side of it. And so I had this option. I could either go talk to him and have a great conversation, or I could give into that other negative voice, that negative thought cycle, and stay the same as I was before. But here's the thing. I don't think that you stay the same when you reject your comfort zone. Earlier in my life, when I think about comfort zone, you think that you could push past your comfort zone, but if you don't push past it, then you're at the same level you're at. I think you actually shrink a little bit every time you don't enter your comfort zone, and you don't push past your comfort zone. When you have an opportunity to push past your comfort zone in a good way, and you don't take that opportunity, I think you're actually worse off than you were before. And I recognize this in myself very strongly. I started to actively think about in the gym before I went over and talked to this guy. Like, if you don't do this, you're going to be a worse person when you walk out of the gym. Like, if you let this situation, these voices in your head, the negativity, the social anxiety, if you let that intimidate you, you're not going to be the same person when you walk out of this gym, no matter what. You're either going to be a better person for having pushed past your comfort zone, start a conversation with a stranger. Who gives a fuck what happens? But if you don't do it, you're going to be weaker. You're going to shrink, and you're going to be more afraid to do the same thing next time that situation occurs. So long story short, I went up to him. I said, "What are you training for?" And he said nothing. He said he just does these exercises because he likes doing the small, more body weight functional, not necessarily small, but more body weight functional exercises. The muscles that people don't take care of in their hips and their shoulders and their core. He just likes maintaining that. Turns out he's a vegan. He does intermittent fasting, which I do as well. So we spoke about that also. And he seems like a cool guy. And so I'll probably talk to him and see him around the gym more. And so I just wanted to share that because more than normal, I felt like this very strong fork in the road moment within myself. And I don't always recognize those moments. I need to do a better job at recognizing those moments where, I can either go one way or I can go the other. I can either become weaker or I can grow. And that was one of those opportunities where no matter what I did, I was going to change. And thankfully, I went over and talked to him. There are many times in my life where I wasn't able to do that, where I just let the negative voices take over. But every time you choose something, it gets easier and easier to choose that thing the next time. So the next time I see someone, the next time I see a stranger, whether it's in the gym or a coffee shop on the street, and I want to go over and talk to them, it's going to be even easier to do that next time because I have this experience to pull on. If I had walked out of the gym and beat myself up about it and wondered, what is this guy training for? What does he do? What is his diet like? How did he get to where he's at? That would have weighed on me too and made it even harder to approach the next person. So if you feel that within yourself, actively choose to grow. It's going to be hard as fuck. I think you should try to learn to recognize that within yourself, what it feels like when you're in those situations, and kind of just observe the fear, observe the bodily sensations that you're going through, the tightness in your throat, your heart pounding, the negative thoughts that say, this guy doesn't want to talk to you, this girl doesn't want to talk to you, and just learn to observe it and act with it. You don't have to fight these feelings. You can recognize them and act with them. It's not an active struggle. So hopefully that is something you guys can latch onto and use in your own life. And I will see you guys next time.